Hi guys, it's Mrs. Kronk again, and we're going to start doing a story every day or two from our reading book. Now, a question for this new reading section is it's called What Inventions Do You Know About? Over here you see a very old-fashioned picture. And if you look, they're looking at a TV set. That TV set looks a lot different than our TV sets today. If you look, there's speakers on the bottom. There's this dial here called, it's to change the channel. You know how we use a remote now? They used to actually have to turn the channel. There's your picture, and look at how small their picture is. And that was actually, even for when I was a little girl, that was a big TV screen. Most of our TV screens were about that big in my house. And if you look, the TV is in black and white, and so is the picture. And it's showing you that this is from a time long ago. As you know, TVs were an invention that we use every day that we enjoy. We have computers. We have many other things that have been invented over the years. Did you know even a wheel was invented by somebody? They don't know exactly who, but they know that the concept of using a wheel to roll something was made. Even fire, someone figured out how to control and start fire. Those are all inventions. So let's turn a page and start talking about our sight words this week. The first word is began. I see two word chunks. I see be and gan. He began to build a robot. Better. See if you can read it with me. Let's invent a better umbrella. Guess. Can you guess what this does? That's a weird word, guess. It should be goose, because it should be when two vowels go walking, the first does the talking. But it's wrong here, because we call this word guess. Kind of spelled weird. This next one is learn. Now we've talked about the E-A-R saying ear. But did you know E-A-R can sometimes say This is one of those when you come to a word with it, sometimes you have to flip the sounds and think, is it ear or is it You can learn how to sign just like me. This is the word right. We've talked about the I-G-H-T word part being ite before. Now this type of right has a R. This isn't the right like write your name. This is the right like it's correct or your right hand. This clock tells the right time. Uh-oh, here's another tricky word. I'm going to teach you something today. Did you know that the S-U can say a sh sound sometime, like an S-H? I know. Who made up English? I didn't. Nobody asked me my ideas, so we just have to stick with what we've got. And in some words, the S-U that usually says Sue or S is going to say S-H. Typically, you see this in the beginning of a word or in the middle of a word. You don't usually see it at the end of a word. If you hear a sh at the end of a word, it's usually an S-H. She makes sure you are well. Here's the word idea. Now look, there's the E reaching around to make the I say its name. But this E is going to say its name again because it's also in front of an A, so it's doing the talking a little bit. But this A is going to make a sound too. This breaks every rule we've ever studied, this word does. Idea is how you read this. New light bulbs are a good idea. Now this next word, look at that unusual invention. It's like a bicycle with one tire, kind of weird. If you look, it has the prefix un. Like un means not. If you remember when we studied that, un means not. So if your hands are unclean, they are not clean. In the case of this word, it's unusual. Oh, there's a S-U making a sh sound again. Unusual. This new bike is unusual. Now those are our sight words we'll be seeing. Let's talk about our word parts we'll be talking about in this lesson. Did you know we're going to be studying the or word part this week? Now, or can be spelled lots of different ways. It can be spelled O-R, like the word, like do you want peanut butter or jelly? O-A-R says or. Now, funny enough, this word O-A-R, it's like the oar of a boat, but you can also find it in some other words we're going to go over. O-R-E, oh, that's a basic rule. The E reaches around and makes the O say its name. So that type of ore, O-R-E, is like the kind of ore that you would find like in a mineral, like iron ore is found in the ground, sometimes gold ore. It's like a vein of a precious metal or something important in the ground is called ore. Now, as you know, these are going to make the or sound. Let's see what we can find in these words as we read them. Or, shorter, roaring. Ooh, I see the ing and the oar. Has two word parts in it. Sports, born, store, war, north, tore, board, form, before. Morty built a better board for the shore. Are there some more at the sports store? Do you hear my voice go up on the question? All right, now we're going to be learning in our story that I'm going to have 2 YouTube videos on this because it's getting so long. But we're going to be studying the story of a robot inventor. And this guy is really fascinating and he's really interesting. And I'm going to ask for some forgiveness on how I read his name because he's from Japan. So when you click on the next video, you're going to get to see the story of a robot inventor. Think about if you think this story is going to be fiction or nonfiction, fake or real. Thanks. Tune into my story in just a minute.